As we step into our 60s and beyond, one of the most noticeable changes is the fatigue that settles in our legs. A short flight of stairs or a walk that once felt easy now leaves the muscles heavy and needing more time to recover. This is a familiar experience for many older adults, and it is the reason why we are all searching for natural ways to maintain stamina and strength. An interesting trend has been gaining attention in the United States in 2025. Adaptogenic mushrooms, often referred to as medicinal mushrooms that help the body adapt to stress, are becoming increasingly popular among older adults. Names like cordyceps, lion's mane, and reishi are now appearing not only in supplement shops, but also in morning smoothies and daily meal plans. What makes these mushrooms so intriguing is their rich content of bioactive compounds, especially beta-glucans. These compounds appear to support oxygen delivery, reduce oxidative stress in the muscles, and promote faster recovery after physical activity. That is why many people report feeling less fatigued after long walks or stair climbing when they add these mushrooms to their routine. In today's video, we will explore what adaptogenic mushrooms truly are, how they may help improve endurance and reduce fatigue, the science behind their effects, and most importantly, how older adults can use them safely and effectively. Before we dive in, if you are interested in natural ways to keep your legs strong and your mind clear, be sure to like this video, share it, and subscribe to our channel so you can join us for more health insights ahead. And I want to ask you a question as well. Have you ever heard of using medicinal mushrooms to improve stamina? In recent years, a fascinating shift has taken place in the health market. Many new products targeting older adults are moving away from synthetic pills and focusing instead on natural ingredients backed by deeper research. Adaptogenic mushrooms, or medicinal mushrooms with adaptogenic properties, are one of the leading examples of this trend. To understand them clearly, we first need to know what the word adaptogen means. The term refers to natural compounds that help the body stay balanced and adapt better to stress, whether physical, mental, or environmental. For older adults, physical stress is often the most noticeable. Muscles tire more quickly, recovery takes longer, and overall stamina feels reduced. When researchers discovered that certain mushrooms contain compounds that can lower oxidative stress, improve oxygen use, and support muscle recovery, interest in adaptogenic mushrooms began to grow rapidly. 3 mushrooms in particular are most frequently highlighted: cordyceps, lion's mane, and reishi. Each has distinct qualities, yet all are rich in beta-glucans, a form of soluble fiber known to stimulate the immune system and reduce inflammation. Cordyceps is often called the energy mushroom, traditionally used in Asian medicine to enhance endurance. Lion's mane is recognized for its positive effects on the nervous system, while reishi is valued for reducing stress and supporting sleep. Together, they form a group of mushrooms that are believed to nourish the immune system while improving strength and resilience in the muscles. This movement has grown well beyond scientific papers. In the United States in 2025, adaptogenic mushrooms have become a consumer trend. Supplement shops, health cafes, and even smoothie bars are adding mushroom powders to their menus. Older adults are turning to them in hopes of reducing fatigue after long walks. While younger people look to them for focus and mental clarity, their popularity comes not only from the desire to find natural alternatives to sugary, high-caffeine drinks, but also from the growing body of scientific evidence supporting their benefits. What makes adaptogenic mushrooms particularly appealing to older adults is the promise of steady energy without the energy crash that comes with stimulants. Instead of spiking the heart rate and leaving the body drained later, these mushrooms appear to support smoother, more stable performance. Many people who start their day with a smoothie containing cordyceps powder say they feel less tired climbing stairs or shopping for groceries, and that their stamina lasts throughout the day. Combined with the increasing availability of mushroom powders and capsules, This has turned adaptogenic mushrooms into a rising star in the supplement world of 2025. Of course, with any trend, it is important to stay clear-headed. Not every product labeled adaptogenic mushroom delivers the same quality. The levels of beta-glucans and other active compounds depend heavily on cultivation, extraction, and processing methods. The key is not to follow the trend blindly, but to understand the science and choose wisely. Now that we know what adaptogenic mushrooms are and why they have captured so much attention, the next question is whether they can truly make older adults' legs stronger and less fatigued. To answer that, we will look closely at the science behind cordyceps, the mushroom most celebrated for supporting oxygen delivery to the muscles. One of the greatest challenges we face as we grow older is the feeling that our muscles tire far too quickly, especially in the legs. Climbing even a short flight of stairs or walking a little farther than usual can leave us short of breath and needing to stop. A major reason for this lies in the body's declining ability to use oxygen efficiently. Muscles depend on oxygen to produce energy, and when oxygen is not delivered and utilized effectively, fatigue and breathlessness appear much sooner. This is where cordyceps, often called the energy mushroom, stands out. Cordyceps contains compounds that can improve the way our bodies use oxygen during cellular respiration. Rather than allowing oxygen to be wasted, the muscles receive and use it more effectively, producing more energy for the same amount of effort. For older adults, this means that everyday activities like shopping or cleaning the house can feel less exhausting, and recovery after those activities can be quicker. Recent studies have begun to confirm these effects. In a small clinical trial, older adults who took cordyceps extract for several weeks experienced a noticeable improvement in endurance. This was shown by their ability to walk on a treadmill for longer periods before feeling tired. While the research is still limited in size, it adds scientific weight to what traditional medicine has observed for centuries, that cordyceps can enhance stamina and reduce muscle fatigue. The mechanism becomes easier to grasp if we imagine the body as a car. Oxygen acts like the fuel that powers the engine. In youth, the engine is strong and the fuel lines are clear, allowing the car to run smoothly. With age, the fuel lines narrow and the engine becomes less efficient. So even when oxygen enters the lungs, the muscles cannot fully make use of it. Cordyceps works like a tune-up that clears the fuel lines and helps the engine burn oxygen more effectively. The result is a car, or in this case, a body that runs more smoothly. What makes cordyceps especially appealing is that its benefits go beyond easing immediate fatigue. Many older adults describe feeling more flexible and less burdened in their legs after regular use. Some say they can climb stairs without resting midway, or walk in the park with friends for longer periods without the same heaviness. These personal accounts reflect what the science is showing, that cordyceps support the body's ability to use oxygen more efficiently. At the same time, we need to keep a balanced perspective. Taking cordyceps once or twice will not transform weak legs into strong ones overnight. Improvements tend to come with steady use combined with gentle physical activity such as walking or yoga. In this sense, cordyceps acts as a supportive companion, helping the body make the most of the effort we put in. From this, it becomes clear that adaptogenic mushrooms are not only providers of nutrients, but also genuine influencers of how the body generates energy. And when it comes to recovery after physical exertion, another mushroom in this group, reishi, has properties that deserve close attention. One of the clearest differences between youth and older age is the speed of recovery after physical activity. When we are young, a long walk or a heavy day of work may leave us tired, but a short rest is usually enough for the muscles to bounce back. By the time we reach 60 and beyond, soreness, stiffness, and fatigue often linger much longer, sometimes even for several days. This is not just a subjective feeling, but a well-recognized physiological reality. The main reason lies in the way aging bodies are affected by oxidative stress, the accumulation of free radicals that damage cells along with chronic low-grade inflammation. Together, These factors cause greater muscle damage during activity and slower repair afterward. This explains why many older adults become hesitant to exercise, worried that the post-activity fatigue will last too long and disrupt their routines. Adaptogenic mushrooms, particularly reishi, have drawn research interest for their ability to ease cellular stress and support immune function. Reishi contains compounds such as triterpenoids and polysaccharides, both of which have powerful antioxidant effects. These compounds help neutralize free radicals, reduce muscle cell damage, and support the repair process after exertion. When inflammation and oxidative stress are lowered, the body can recover more quickly, and the lingering feeling of fatigue is eased. Small clinical observations in older adults who used reishi extract showed that they experienced less post-exercise soreness compared with those who did not use it. While the studies remain limited, the findings are consistent with decades of evidence about reishi's anti-inflammatory and immune-supporting properties. This adds weight to the traditional reputation of reishi as the mushroom of longevity in East Asian cultures and helps explain its rise in modern health practices. In real life, the benefits can be seen in familiar situations. For example, an older adult practicing morning yoga may have once felt muscle soreness lasting into the next day after stretches and bends. After adding reishi powder to their breakfast, they may find that their body adjusts more smoothly, soreness lessens, and the routine becomes easier to maintain over time. The improvement is not a miraculous overnight change, but a gradual, steady support that encourages older adults to stay active without fear of prolonged fatigue. Alongside reishi, another adaptogenic mushroom worth noting is lion's mane, known for its support of the nervous system. By stimulating the production of nerve growth factors, lion's mane may indirectly enhance the communication between nerves and muscles. When brain and muscle coordination improves, recovery from activity can also become smoother. This suggests that these mushrooms, used together, offer benefits that go beyond muscle health alone and extend into nervous system function as well. The key point is that adaptogenic mushrooms should not be seen as a replacement for movement or balanced nutrition. They act more like helpers, creating a better environment for the body to recover so that we can maintain daily exercise habits without being discouraged by extended soreness. Ultimately, the ability to stay active consistently is what keeps legs steady and health resilient in the long run. Now that we understand how adaptogenic mushrooms can support faster recovery, the final question we need to explore is how to use them in ways that are both safe and effective. This will be the focus of the next section. Whenever a new health trend becomes popular, the most important question is not how hot it is, but how we can apply it wisely and safely. Adaptogenic mushrooms are no exception. While cordyceps, lion's mane, and reishi each have fascinating qualities that support stamina and muscle health, we need to understand the right dosage, the proper way to use them, and the precautions that help avoid unrealistic expectations or improper use. Current studies generally use relatively small amounts, usually between 1 and 2 grams of extract per day. This range is considered safe for most healthy adults and is enough to produce positive changes when taken consistently. For older adults, a practical and sustainable approach is to take about 1 gram of mushroom extract each morning, mixed into a smoothie, warm milk, or even a glass of water. By starting the day this way, the body receives its nutrients right when energy levels are beginning to rise. It is important to remember that adaptogenic mushrooms do not behave like caffeine in energy drinks. They do not provide an instant burst of stimulation. Their effects are gradual and accumulate over time. This means that consistency matters more than speed. Regular daily use, paired with a balanced diet and gentle activities such as walking, light exercise, or Tai Chi, is what creates meaningful change. A few scattered doses will not make much difference, but steady effort will. Another critical point is the possibility of drug interactions. Certain mushrooms, especially reishi, can influence blood clotting. For those taking anticoagulants or antiplatelet medications, supplementation should only be done under medical supervision. This caution has been emphasized by many health organizations to prevent unwanted complications. The same applies to individuals being treated for conditions such as diabetes, since some mushrooms can affect blood sugar levels. For this reason, anyone with underlying medical conditions or multiple medications should always consult a doctor before beginning regular use. Product quality is equally important. Not every powder or capsule labeled adaptogenic mushroom provides the same benefits. The levels of active compounds, such as beta-glucans or cordycepin, can vary greatly depending on cultivation, extraction, and storage methods. A trustworthy product typically includes clear information about its origin, extraction process, and independent third-party testing. Choosing transparent and reputable brands is always safer than relying on flashy marketing. In everyday life, including adaptogenic mushrooms can be simple and natural. A spoonful of cordyceps powder blended into a morning smoothie. A sprinkle of lion's mane added to lunch. Or a capsule of reishi before bedtime can all provide gentle, steady support. When paired with healthy daily routines, these mushrooms can become a useful piece of the larger picture of wellness. At the same time, it is essential not to view adaptogenic mushrooms as a miracle cure that replaces nutrition or movement. They work best when they are part of a balanced lifestyle. If the diet remains poor, physical activity is neglected, and stress is left unmanaged, no supplement will make a major difference. But if mushrooms are added as part of a thoughtful overall plan, they can help the body adapt better, feel less fatigued, and sustain muscle endurance as the years go on. By this point, we have covered 4 key aspects of the story. We began by understanding what adaptogenic mushrooms are and why they have become a trend. We then explored their role in improving oxygen use, their ability to support recovery, and finally the safe and effective ways to use them. Throughout today's video, we have explored one of the most talked about health trends in the United States in 2025, adaptogenic mushrooms. First, we learned that this group of medicinal mushrooms, including cordyceps, lion's mane, and reishi, is rich in bioactive compounds that help the body adapt and reduce fatigue. Second, cordyceps have been noted for supporting oxygen delivery and use, making it easier for older adults to walk or climb stairs without tiring as quickly. Third, reishi and lion's mane contribute by reducing oxidative stress, supporting the nerve muscle connection, and helping shorten recovery time after activity. And finally, the most practical way to use them is to take about 1 gram of extract powder each morning, combined with a balanced diet and gentle daily exercise. What we need to keep in mind is that adaptogenic mushrooms are not a miracle cure. They can provide support, but their benefits only show when they are part of a balanced lifestyle. For anyone with underlying health conditions or those taking medications, especially blood thinners or diabetes drugs, it is essential to consult a doctor before beginning supplementation to ensure safety. The best foundation will always be natural foods and light physical activity. If you choose to add adaptogenic mushrooms, treat them as one supportive piece of the overall health puzzle, rather than the only solution. If you found today's content helpful, remember to like this video, share it so that more people can benefit, and subscribe to our channel so you can stay with us for more health discussions in the future. Before we finish, I want to ask you a question. Among natural foods such as milk, fish, eggs, and mushrooms, which one do you find easiest to include in your daily meals? Share your thoughts in the comments so that we can learn from one another and encourage each other to maintain healthy habits.